How you been, bro? Chilling like a villain.
Oh, man.
All
right.
almost bust my ass, too.
Finally, episode 5. Sorry for the delay, but, like what happened when I was announced out for episode 5 and had to be postponed, dad duties and stuff like that. It happens. But we're back. We're back. I'm happy to get this show on the road. But yeah, how you feeling, bro?
Good, man. Training shit is I always tell people this. I never wanted to be a trainer. Training found me, and I'm glad it did because now I'm able to help people in a manner that I've always wanted to, and it feels good.
Yo, you a trainer and stuff like that. And so many of y'all like y'all want to work out, and either y'all don't have the motivation or y'all don't have the partner. I know me, it's hard for me to work out without a partner. I need somebody that wants to push me. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't just work out on my own. To me, it's boring, or I don't have nobody really pushing me. So, and I know a lot of y'all feel the same way too. So, holla at Avery if you need to get right. Like, he's good at what he do, bro. Like, no lie. Check out his page for videos and stuff like that. Check out his page and stuff like that. Exactly. Yeah, he got the new joint. He got the new page, his workout page. I'm gonna try. You could, if you follow him on Instagram, you'll see it there too.
Work with me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so,
bro. You going, bro?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
All right, man. So let's do it. Well, first things first, I just want to ask my brother a question. And to anyone out there is listening, if you want to answer in the comments, be my guest. When you hear the quote by the legendary Nipsey Hussle, perfect timing feels like I'm too late, what comes to mind?
I feel like when perfect timing feels too late is because all the time you spend waiting on it. Like when people always waiting on perfect timing.
Yeah.
And then sometimes the perfect timing might have took long to the point where you might not feel like you can enjoy it as much.
Right.
Because some people's perfect timing might happen when they're like 40.
Facts.
And then you sit there and you ask yourself, why didn't this happen when I was 25?
Right.
So perfect timing in a sense could feel too late. But if you understand that perfect timing is perfect timing, it don't matter at what point. Like, you just got to live it. I feel like when you feel like perfect timing is too late, that's you really not trying to enjoy it. Right. Like, you never know what the cards hold. Perfect timing could be when you're 50. Right. Could be when you're 21. Can be when you're 15. You never know. So I feel like that's what I'll take out of it.
The buck for me, bro, like, perfect timing feels like I'm too late. You know what it's like this. Like, it's like when I was a kid, I never was wealthy, none of that type of shit. Niggas grew up poor. It's all good. Listen, I used to go. By the time I get Call of Duty 4, niggas was on like the 8th game already. You know what I mean? So like, for me, it's like when you get something that you've been working for your whole life, and you appreciate it, and then maybe others, they're not really looking at it the same way you are. So it feels like, all right, you try to bring certain things to people, certain ideas, different type of knowledge, and sometimes it feels like it's too late because they've already kind of given up on themselves in a sense.
Yeah.
And like that's what I've been seeing and across the country sometimes. I mean, I've seen so many people from this pandemic like reemerge into a different person. Not like to say they're changing, but like, nah, I'm gonna choose to be better as opposed to follow all the detrimental shit that's out here, because there's a lot of shit out here that's trying to take your mind, take your body, take your spirit.
That's a fact.
Right.
That's a fact. And like, once you understand that perfect timing is indeed perfect timing, you'll grow to understand, like, all right, like, this is what it's supposed to be. Right. It's only in sports that you could be perfect and still not get it done. Only in sports that happens.
Ron is if he don't get that tatted on his chest, then I don't know who should.
Because always remember, bro, you could play perfect defense, but perfect offense beats perfect defense. Because perfect offense means the shot's going in. Right. So it's like, that's it. Like,
every time.
Exactly. So only in sports does, perfect timing might still give you the bad outcome.
Speaking of perfect timing, bro. Shout out. I give my props and respects to the great Tom Brady. Respect.
What you thought of the Super Bowl? Did you watch it?
I did.
What do you thought? I thought the game was whack.
That shit was. I'm not gonna say that. Like, I'm not gonna be on my Aisha shit. But I will say, like, yo, there was a couple funny movements. All them penalties. So they saved Tom Brady. Tom Brady threw a pick in the second quarter, I think it was.
Yeah, the tip pass.
He got it back, and
tip
from
pass.
that it was over.
Honestly, just like keeping it brief. Like there's not really much to like react to because it was one sided.
Ass whooping.
Besides the fact that Mahomes is he's the guy. And I think that even though he lost the game, he kind of like showed it. Like this nigga is like bent over. Sideways throwing the football,
and that shit lit.
And honestly, if his receivers can act like receivers and catch the ball, he would have had some legendary touchdown throws. But
that shit was crazy.
But my only takeaway from that game is that at the end of the day, it don't matter what top tier quarterback you have, what top tier receivers you have, bro. If you cannot protect your quarterback, none of this matters.
But yeah, you know what else? I think I'm going on a limb here. I'm the first to say this in life. Patrick Mahomes should have his own silhouette of him throwing that side pass, bro. Jordan got it one time. Shaq got the dunk. He got to get that side pass,
when he sell cleats, that's his logo.
Got it, bro. That gotta be, bro. That pass was crazy. What? That's nah.
Yeah,
how the fuck did he get that to him, bro? Seriously,
he was that shit was crazy. Like I'm watching it with Lewis and Morgan and like Lewis don't watch football, bro. He saw that throw and he was like, oh, like how do you drop that? Like how do you drop that? Like and he's like, yo, y'all not holding him down. I'm like, yo, that's a fact. Like y'all, like the receivers left him stranded. So I mean, but other than those few like highlights that didn't turn highlight, and it was pretty one sided. And it is what it is, really. Like, Brady got his 7th. Congratulations. That's what real GOATs do. Real GOATs enter different phases in their career and still find out ways to win. So, and you stay great, exactly. So, shout out to them. And now it's up to these other teams to try to figure them out. They try to take them off the pedestal.
Good luck.
I know they gotta be tired of seeing Tom in them damn games anyway.
But the Bucks are young. It's quiet.
That defense is crazy.
That
defense is crazy.
Young,
and you know what's crazy? I told people like y'all think they're gonna win it with their offense? No, they gonna score points, but they gonna win with their defense. I'm like, oh, bro, people seem to forget that they had the sack leader in Shaquille Barrett. The year before, he was the league leader in sacks. He had 19 and a half sacks, bro.
Sue too,
and they got all these other dudes, and now all they did was they just added Tom Brady. Now you got the dude that's like, oh my God, this guy, he's won so many times in different phases of his career. Like, and he believes that he only came here because he thought we could do it.
Right.
And they did it.
Facts.
So that's how it is.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, mission accomplished. But enough about the Super Bowl. Because the Super Bowl, I feel like honestly, it's only been I think it's been 3 weeks since the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But it feels like it's been 2 months already. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, football is like that, bro.
Like I know you heard the news yesterday, and I was talking about this on my Instagram earlier because I could safely say that the Knicks had a team fire their head coach. The Knicks really made a team fire their head coach, but Ryan Saunders ain't the head coach of the Minnesota Timberwolves no more. And
you've been there for a good 4 or 5, right?
I think 3, 2.5, 3.
I know he took over for
Tibbs
and shit.
He took over for Tibbs.
Pops was before that,
and Flip was before Tibbs. But honestly, bro, for me, bro, it was bound to happen. That team is not good. Like I was watching last night them facing the Knicks, and listen, if it wasn't for Karl Towns and how good he is as a basketball player, because he was the guy that rallied them from 20. Like they were down 21, he brought them back.
Shout out to my nigga Anthony Edwards for that dunk of the century.
Mass murder. Mass murder. Mass murder. Like, if you never seen a murder before, just watch Anthony Edwards' highlight on Friday. That's it.
Right to the kid. He was like, nah, I gotta see that shit.
Bro, you know what's crazy? Bro, it was crazy. It wasn't like the way that you know what got me, bro? It was the sidestep to the three.
Facts.
And he realized, like, wait, I could throw it.
Lane.
He's like, nah, I got the lane. It just came in and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, this kid, anybody else would have settled for that three. That kid was like, no, I am trying to be a beast tonight. But push come to shove, like, getting back to like Ryan Saunders, I'm like, it's about time that this happens.
Yeah, it is.
Listen, at the end of the day, this is Ryan Saunders being the coach for this team.
Too slow for them, bro. We make them play way too slow.
And it's not even that. Listen, I'm gonna point the finger at Cat for that one because that was his choice. That was his preference in coach, and he picked a bad coach. But it was time coming. And I'm gonna be honest, this team has to really figure it out because this is a bad team. It's a bad. I'm really watching them.
Mesh together,
I'm really watching them against the Knicks, and I'm telling myself, like, listen, the Knicks have a bottom 5 roster in the NBA. You see the Knicks on paper, and you tell yourself, how is this team 500? Yeah, bro, the Timberwolves, it's D'Angelo Russell, Karl Towns, Edwards, Beasley, and a bunch of G Leaguers.
That's some elite Beasley. I forgot he did.
It's those 4 kids. It's those 4 kids and G Leaguers. That's no way to win. You're not gonna win games that way. Oh, D'Lo and Towns only played 5 games. So what?
Doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter.
It sucks that they haven't been able to build chemistry, but still.
But that stuff doesn't. That doesn't matter. Like they're not good. All, and bro, you think because they're gonna be healthy eventually that they're gonna, bro? Look at the West. The 8th seed is the Warriors, and they have a legit MVP candidate.
And they're actually balling. They're trying. Kelly Oubre is fucking shit up, though. But we're not going to talk about that.
You know, like, Steph is a legit MVP candidate. Right. And he's the 8th seed. So it's like, I'm like, people really think Minnesota's going to come. They're not coming back. They playing for the lottery. Yeah, bro. And, you know, honest.
Pack it up, baby.
And the thing is like, they fired Saunders, and they have their replacement right away. And I'm like, bro, what are we doing?
I ain't even like trying to
think
about the shit. Like
it,
you know what I mean?
It had to be planned at this point. At that point, it was planned. But bro, if I'm a Towns, I want out. I want out. This is bad.
Free cat, like you love to say.
Yeah, like free cat. And like earlier today, like I had a discussion, and it's just like what Towns is going through. I'm not comparing this to other situations for other players. Like, people want to compare this to Bradley Beal. No. It's because Towns, bro, this is a bad organization. This is bad.
I think Towns could lead you to a chip if he has, like, if you feel like give him shit to work with.
I watched the Knicks play, and the Knicks are legit Julius Randle and everybody else. And they play so fucking hard, bro.
Do.
They play hard. That's why I get upset at a lot of people that try to like be like, oh, the Knicks are having a decent year. It's like, bro, yeah, sure. On the grand scheme of things, they're having a decent year. But
look deeper.
Bro, look deep. Look at the context. This is legit not the greatest roster in the world. And this is straight willpower. And Minnesota,
I like that about them.
And Minnesota just doesn't have any willpower. They don't have no will to win, no wantingness to do anything. And the organization is like that from top to bottom. Yeah. Glenn Taylor sucks as an owner, and he's been that way since KG was there.
Facts.
Bad coaching ever since Flip died. Yeah, Thibodeau couldn't fix them. No good players. Like, they got good players and don't know what to do with them.
I don't think they even, like, they really can, like, think about that coaching position. I don't think they do. Because they just be quick to have somebody right in the shit.
You know, but we'll be right back because we have to break down where do they go from here.
Where do we go?
Because this is important.
Where do we go?
So, we'll be right back.
Where do we go?
Real quick.
Where do we go?
Like, let's continue on with where do the Timberwolves go? Like, for me personally, I just think it's time for them to reevaluate themselves. I think the players have to do that. I think Karl Anthony Towns has to tell himself, I don't want to be here no more.
On some James Harden shit? Nah,
Yeah,
he ain't built that yet.
You know, bro, listen.
He ain't worked that shit
I
yet.
think they're not doing nothing for him.
That's true.
It's different. James Harden did everything he could for Houston. He couldn't do any more for them. You know what I'm saying? But Towns, he hasn't even been able to play his best basketball.
We haven't seen it yet.
We haven't seen it yet. And the thing is, you're telling me that he has to rummage along with D'Angelo Russell, who to me is not that good.
Yo, he's
not that good.
He swears.
Bro,
I'm with you though, but he
bro, D'Lo to me is not that good. Like, people really fantasized his All-Star year. Bro, he is a B- player at best.
System. Everyone knows that. When he was with the Nets, it was because of the system.
Bro,
that's why he was cooking.
Bro, and the thing is, bro, he's a headache to coach. Bro, people fail to realize they didn't like him in Golden State. And now reports are, I don't know how much truth there is to it, that Ryan Saunders ain't like coaching him.
Uh-oh.
And listen, there's a lot of y'all on NBA Twitter who love D'Angelo. He's not that good.
At all.
He's not that good. He is not that good.
Come see me, bro. I'll talk
And there's
my
plenty
shit.
of Knicks fans, and y'all know who y'all are. Because I done had conversations with a couple of y'all that wanted the Knicks to mortgage the future for D'Angelo Russell. You guys, that's why I don't listen to none of y'all. Because, bro, trust. D'Angelo Russell's not that good. Y'all really hyped up an injury replacement all-star selection. Really think about that. That's what y'all hyped up. That's who y'all hyped up. Like, he's not all that. Like, bro, he's not better than De'Aaron Fox. He's not better than John Morant.
Not even close. Stop playing.
He's not even better than dudes like Kyle Lowry.
Nah, Kyle Lowry's fucking earned the right to be an NBA.
Like, bro,
starter.
he not. Bro, honestly, bro, like keep it a
years.
beat. How much impact D'Angelo Russell done had in this league? Nothing. Ricky Rubio can retire tomorrow and say he impacted the playoff team.
Except I can only say that except for that Brooklyn. He's with Brooklyn.
And look at where that got him. Jettisoned. We gonna get Kyrie, KD. I'ma holler at you, boy.
Facts.
And you haven't been the same since. Like, bro, like if I'm Towns, bro, I don't want this. I'm not vibing with this. Like, and don't get me wrong, D'Lo's his man's. That's his bro.
I fuck with
But it's like I'm cool with that, but I need something else.
It's like a business.
Like,
that's
bro, because the thing is, how people view me and how people view you are two different things.
Right.
I'm supposed to be a superstar. I'm supposed to be one of the best 15 players in the world.
That's like, what's the word? I'm thinking of the acronym KYP. Know your personnel, right? And it's kind of like a business in a sense. So, like, if you're a consumer, of course, you're not going to look at it the same way people who are trying to sell you something is. Same shit. If I'm a fucking all-star, we got two totally different goals, agendas, itineraries. Like, same real shit.
Like, really think about it. Like, D'Lo, and D'Lo makes max money. He makes max money.
Yo,
and
this
he's
shit
not a
gets
max
you hot.
player.
I know it do.
Like, bro, you're swallowing my cap space,
Right.
and you not that good. You're not that good, bro. Like, you're not that good. That's the problem. You not
He's
that
like
good.
25 now, 24.
But he should be the same age as Cat. And y'all not. And bro, Cat is up here, and you're right here. Cat, regardless of how people feel about Karl Anthony Towns, him and Anthony Davis are the most skilled. Let me not say skilled, but most talented big men in the world. There is not one thing they cannot do at an exquisite level. Now, Towns doesn't really give much on defense, but by all means, I do not think he can't play it. I think he just doesn't want to. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all niggas ain't winning.
Like
I ain't put my body on the line.
Like Carmelo Anthony.
Right.
Why am I gonna waste my time playing defense if y'all motherfuckers
I
can't
ain't
do
put
it?
my body. This is a $1
Exactly.
million body.
I'm gonna lock up when I need to. And Towns, that's who he is.
Nah, with that.
If he gets to a team who demands excellence out of him and have better players, he will play better defense. But D'Lo, bro, sucks in the paint. Sucks in the paint.
How's that flow? You talking about offensively or
Offensively.
Besides that floater,
Sucks in the
he has
paint.
nothing.
He sucks around the cup. Plays zero defense.
fuck with the floater, but you need something else, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and you clearly need the ball to be effective.
Yeah, that's another
thing. You need the ball to be effective. And it's like, and you play a herky-jerky kind of style, bro. Like
East-West type shit, right?
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's not much to your game, bro. And you the second best player on my team? Yeah, hell no. You know what I'm saying? Malik Beasley now, he stepped up. He has stepped up. And before the season started, that's a guy that I wanted the Knicks to go get. Because that kid can ball. Obviously, he had
fit perfectly with them.
Yeah, he had his off the court troubles because he was, smashing Scottie Pippen's wife, and he had the charge. I think I forgot what the charge was, but he beat it.
He beat that.
He beat it, but he had a lot of off the court situations going on. But Malik Beasley on the court, he's done really well for them. Yeah. Anthony Edwards, he is a young kid with tons of promise. He has to better his shot selection, but he has tons of potential.
This is the year to do it.
Yeah, this is the year to
get it out.
But I think that now I feel like if I'm Carl, I don't think Minnesota's gonna walk up to these guys and say, we want to move you. I think these guys got to ask it for themselves. I think Towns has to go up to management and let them know, like, I don't want to be here no more. Because this is not for me. This is not what I want. Yeah. Bro, when he first came into the league, this was the guy that all the executives and GMs said, I will build my team around him. Bro. Fast forward today, he's overrated to many people's eyes.
Who said that?
There's plenty of people in the NBA.
If you think Cat is overrated, you bugging.
Plenty of people. Don't get me wrong. That's my guy.
You bugging.
I love Karl Anthony Towns, and I'm not going to be biased. There's things that he does extremely well. There's things that he does not do. Right. Do I believe he's overrated? No. Do I think he's in a bad position? Yes. Do I believe that he can be where Embiid and Jokic are at? Abso-fucking-lutely.
Bro, that's...
Absolutely.
That's why I get so mad now. Like, damn, bro, I know you can do that, but it's not your fault.
It's really hard for me to play with. It's really hard for anybody to play with G leaguers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
should have never got rid of Zach LaVine, bro. I'm telling y'all niggas, bro.
And that just goes to show a bunch of stuff, like how bad this organization is run. It's to the point where, like, they've had solid people there and it never worked. Tom Thibodeau's a solid coach. The one blemish of his career is Minnesota. Yeah, it is. And even then, that was a blemish. But the people there, like even Towns and Wiggins, they said, like Wiggins said the only time in my career in Minnesota that things actually felt all right was when Thibs was there. And mind you, they were garbage with him. Besides that 1 year when Jimmy Butler was there.
Right, because Jimmy Butler not playing that
exactly.
shit.
But I think Towns has to get a move on with his career.
It's time.
I think it's time to get a move on. This is a lot different. He didn't
sign no contract recently.
Oh, now he has his extension. Move me. You could get moved.
Facts. But damn.
I'm not gonna die here.
Nah, bro.
I'm not gonna die here. And the thing is, at least with Phoenix, let me take Devin Booker as an example. Phoenix wasted a couple of Booker's years. Absolutely. But what did I mean, he's only been in the league for like five,
all
6
of years they wasted his shit.
I mean, I don't think I think last year was a waste. I don't think last year was a waste. I think they figured themselves out. But what did they do? For as much as they got killed for drafting Cam Johnson, they made the right choice.
Facts.
They made the right choice. If you have to think, that is the one guy in the NBA who's literally proved everybody wrong. Because the night he was drafted, everybody looked at Phoenix like, what the hell are you doing? This kid is a late round draft pick at best.
You bugging.
And he's completely shut everybody up.
Right.
He deserved to be drafted where he was at. He looks like a steal.
Stop playing.
Now, they drafted better. They brought in a coach who can command his room. Facts. And Monty Williams, a respected coach.
Monty, bro.
And this is what I'm giving you. Go right the ship. Right. You have A in there. I give you Cam Johnson. Right. I give you Ricky Rubio at first. Right the ship. They got to the bubble, went 8-0. They put themselves on the map. They flipped Ricky Rubio, go get Chris Paul. Now you got your damn leader. You got a good coach, You have a top 15 player in the NBA.
Right.
Arguably 2, depending on how you feel about Chris Paul. Go get it done. And then the 4th seed in the West right now. Not major changes. But here's the thing. Not major changes. No major changes. Cameron Payne is on their team. That guy sucked everywhere he's been. Langston Galloway, solid role player. Nobody's killing themselves that they don't have him on his team.
Yeah. Utility.
Who else is on the team? Do you Javon Carter, good player.
Yeah, he's solid.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. These are relatively no names, and
I miss Tyler Ulis, y'all.
These are relatively no name guys, but they're shoring up specific pieces and they're going after it. I don't see Minnesota doing that. Who Minnesota bringing in? Who is there to bring in? You don't got much money to bring in nobody. Nobody's knocking on the door to go play with you guys.
Shit, bro.
I gotta go. If I'm Towns, I gotta go. I gotta go somewhere else.
I'm done here. You're not even looking. It's like Deshaun Watson. He waited to the end of the season. I mean, niggas always want to say something about him, bro. I waited to the end of the season. I'm still backlash.
I gotta go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no. But at the end of the day, no. Whoever got something to say about like a guy like Deshaun Watson, screw you.
Facts.
These guys are doing me dirt.
Dirty.
They doing me dirt. They legit lying on my face.
It's the same situation. It's niggas
you know
doing the best
like,
they can.
Like in Minnesota, like Towns when he plays, he does what he can. Right. Like and that's all you can ask for. But there's no talent coming in.
None.
There's no free agent signing coming in. Towns is too old to be relying on young players.
And let's add this too. This nigga lost his moms, bro. Like
he lost 7 family members to COVID. This kid he's just trying to play ball, bro. He's trying to play ball, and he's coming off COVID himself.
Right.
So it's like, bro, I'm just trying to play ball, and the thing is, we can't even do that at a good level because everybody here sucks but me.
Right.
And Malik Beasley.
Yeah, my son Beasley.
You know what I'm saying? And like Anthony Edwards, he's young. He has potential. He's really young. He's shooting like 35% from the field. Like he's not helping them. He has to grow. And Towns is too old to be waiting on guys to grow.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? They gotta ship him out, and he has to act out. I think that's what he needs to do is go up to management and say, yo, whether if he wants to wait till the end of the season is on him.
Yeah,
but I want to go.
But learn from James Harden's situation. If you do want to take this route, learn from it. I ain't telling you not to. If you want to do it. But just learn from it.
And when you decide that you want to get moved,
right,
wherever you go, you eat. Don't worry about none of that. Because James Harden called his slander, but he been arguably the best player in the league.
You hit with LaMelo? Whoa.
Nah, I ain't going no Charlotte. If I'm Towns, you gotta get me to a heavy hitter. Like, I gotta like. Honestly, bro, like.
Who you want to match him up
like,
with?
Worst teams I'm going to, if I'm him, is the Bulls or the Knicks. Worst teams I'm going to. Maybe Sacramento. Maybe Sacramento because De'Aaron Fox is there.
Right.
And I know De'Aaron Fox is better than D'Angelo Russell. Facts. And I got some kind of NBA. Like Halliburton is a good kid.
Yeah,
he's a productive kid. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna overbear you. He's not gonna OD with the numbers, but he's a very productive player. Harrison Barnes, champion. He knows what the grind is like.
Right.
So you have some players there. And I mean Luke Walton sucks as a coach, but you got something there.
He really does though.
You know what I'm saying? Like at least like the Bulls have Zach LaVine. Somebody's there.
He needs to listen.
The Knicks, I mean, Thibodeau's been his coach before, so he knows Tibbs, and they have assets to make the team better right away. Yeah. They got money, they got assets, they can help you out right away.
Get rid of Randall.
You know, yeah, I think you would have to. I think you would have to. But you know, those are probably the worst teams I'll go to if I was him. These stars get to go where they want to go.
I could see him going to. To be honest, I like him in Houston. I just really believe in John Wall as being the big man whisperer. Look what he did with JaVale McGee's career. If Boogie was like, really 100, he ain't really 100, but he wants to be out here playing. And I get it. You're getting older, you just want to enjoy life, of course. But give John Wall a young cat that that is eager, that wants to grow, wants to learn, wants to eat. I really believe in that dynamic.
I mean, for me, like, I don't know, like, that Cat needs an organization that from the top down expects something out of him. Like, I don't think he has Joel Embiid's mentality, where it's like, I'm dead better than everybody else. I don't think he has it. He needs to go to a situation where that's what I expect of you, is to be the best player every night.
That's why I say Charlotte. Jordan gonna make sure he on that
ass. Jordan.
As a manager, he a little different.
Like, you know, like you know, well, he's the owner.
Oh, true.
Like he's minority owner, but it's like, no, they needed, like, Jordan could be there at practice. Like, bro, Jordan used to be there at practice when Kimba was there. Thanks. They ain't going nowhere. They ain't going nowhere.
Kimba
like,
still got that shit now.
You know, Kimba obviously, Kimba's Kimba, but he needs, like, ironically, he needs like a Tom Thibodeau. Like, cause I watched JJ Redick's podcast when Julius Randle was on it, and Julius Randle, he says that this is like, Thibodeau has this group of players, like, more ready to play than he ever expected. He, like, Tom has this team, like, he says he has him mentally prepared for every single game. Like he's more than any other coach he's played for. And that's what Cat needs, somebody that's gonna have this kid ready to play every night.
We talking about that I don't know if we were talking about that on camera or not, but we were talking about another person that could attest to that is Jimmy Butler.
That was before we started.
Yeah. Best. So Jimmy Butler, yeah, man, like, if it wasn't for Tom Thibodeau, like, I don't think Jimmy Butler would have really been realized
who he was.
Like, I'm Jimmy. Give me the damn ball.
Yeah. And every time Jimmy gets the chance, he praises him.
Right.
That's why, I watch what Tibbs has done for this team, for the Knicks. And I tell myself, bro, the Knicks struck gold.
Facts.
They struck gold. And
low-key did.
Because first of all, it's no secret, Thibodeau always wanted to coach the Knicks. He never shied away. He always wanted to coach the Knicks since when Melo was there. Since when Melo was there.
Kid and them, all
exactly. So, and he just never got his chance. But this is, like, I always wanted to know if the kids would respond to Tom Thibodeau, and they have.
Hell yeah.
Julius Randle has responded to his coach. And no, Thibodeau ain't teach him new stuff. He just has him mentally prepared to play.
Oh, he teaching you shit, bro.
You know, exactly. He hasn't taught him anything. This Randle's having an all-star season just because he's more mentally prepared to play a game.
Right.
Like, you mean to tell me that if Karl Towns was getting the proper preparation, from game to game, that he could be all NBA? Not this year, but that's a possibility if you get this kid some good coaching. Bro, if I'm Towns, I need something else. I need a coach that's gonna be on my ass.
Nah, you're on that.
You know what I'm saying? I need a coach that's gonna be on my ass. If that's what Julius Randle out there saying, he told World Wide West, I need a coach that's gonna hold me accountable. I need a coach who's gonna want me to be a better player. And not every team has that.
And these coaches is out here collecting checks too.
There's coaches who just collect checks. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? There's just coaches that collect checks.
I ain't mad at you.
You know what I'm saying?
That's not where I want to be.
But, that's, for me personally, I think the next chapter for Minnesota Timberwolves basketball is selling and starting over. And praying to the Lord for his mercy and his grace, that pick coming up this year lands in the top 3, because it's only top 3 protected.
Nah, I don't want Cade to go there.
I don't want none of these kids to go there. For the sake of the Timberwolves, because I'm gonna have to get rid of Karl Anthony Towns soon.
Yeah.
And I'm going to need another kid to build around. I have Anthony Edwards. I'm going to need another one. But they have to land top 3. If they don't land top 3, Golden State going to get that pick.
They fucked the chicken up. Minnesota fucked the
They
chicken up.
And they traded this upcoming first-round pick for D'Angelo Russell.
These niggas fucked.
Do you see what? This is why I always say, stop living in the moment with these players because they're having a really good season. Zach LaVine is not worth multiple draft picks to me.
Bro, they gave up mad shit. That shit. Bro.
You know, like listen, like the D'Angelo Russell trade, that's not worth it. It's not worth it. No team should pay that price. If you want to trade for Zach LaVine, I'm not trading multiple unprotected picks or top 3 protected picks, players. I'm not doing that.
None of that
These
shit.
guys do not change my fortunes.
Nope.
The only way I am trading multiple draft picks and young players of any sort, boy, if James Harden's walking through that door, if Devin Booker's walking through that door,
a free book.
if Donovan Mitchell is walking through that
door,
door,
Jason Tatum too.
Jason Tatum, but these are guys that you plug them in, and guess what they're gonna do?
Shit on it.
Take you somewhere. They're gonna take you somewhere. They're not, and when I tell you they're taking you somewhere, they're not taking you to the lottery.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Bradley Beal, people be talking about Bradley Beal like he's not the king of shit right now. He's on the worst team in the East. Well, they're playing a little bit better now, but still one of the worst teams in the league. And you mean to tell me I gotta trade unprotected picks and players? You mean to I'm the Knicks? I gotta give up RJ Barrett quickly and unprotected picks?
I ain't gonna lie,
Fuck
bro.
out of here, nigga.
Bradley Beal. I ain't gonna say I don't fuck with Bradley Beal.
He's cool. He's cool. I'm not trading. I'm not mortgaging my future for him though.
He's like Paul George to me.
Okay.
Just like Paul George. Like you cool. You get your buckets. You nice, but you will never lead a team.
You're not taking me nowhere.
Nowhere.
You're not taking me nowhere. It's like you're not taking me nowhere, and you've had ample opportunity to take me somewhere because John Wall was hurt for 2 years.
2 years.
And y'all been one of the worst teams in the league for 2 years.
Niggas was bashing John Wall. So
Bashing John Wall.
He's ball hogging.
Bashing John Wall, and y'all did nothing without him. So it's like that's why y'all gotta understand, like people, like when y'all talk ball, understand, like, bro, yeah, they might have a great season. That's a fact. Because Zach LaVine's having a great year. But am I mortgaging my whole future for Zach LaVine? No, because he's not taking me anywhere.
You just gonna put up 30.
And y'all gonna lose.
Peace. I put up 30 though. Just get my bag. Yeah, you should. But not here.
Yeah, and it's like, you know,
we the GMs today, y'all.
Like, y'all understand, like, now look at it. Y'all, you're stuck with D'Angelo Russell and Towns as so long as you want to keep them. And y'all not going nowhere. Y'all settled for mediocrity.
Bro. They have to, because if they let Cat go, that means they officially fucked over 10 years of their career. Like, Minnesota got rid of Kevin Love for A. Wiggins. A. Wiggins not even there no more. Like, seriously, they have fumbled the fucking bag in the past 10 years, bro. That's crazy. Yo.
Like,
that shit crazy.
Like, listen, and that's why I say it's free Karl Anthony Towns.
Right.
Because you really have an organization that's wasting my time. This is the same organization that drafted Johnny Flynn over Steph Curry.
Yo, facts. My son Johnny Flynn, you remember that shit? My son Johnny Flynn over Steph Curry too. Oh, I'm about to leave the fucking podcast, bro.
You take Ricky Rubio, the passer, and you decided to not take the shooter, the scorer, the kid that averaged damn near 30 in the tournament.
Yes, that was. I remember that.
That is a better off-ball scorer than Johnny Flynn, even in college. Like,
no.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
Johnny Flynn was lit, bro.
In Syracuse, his claim to fame was the 6 overtime game. One game.
Yo, I'm really crying right now because I can't say shit.
And you want to know what the funny thing is about that 6 overtime game? Johnny Flynn, that's when he became star. And you know Kemba Walker played like 15 minutes that game? And look at how everything transpires.
And now Kimber that nigga.
And now Kimber that boy.
Oh,
Probably not no
Richard.
more.
I'm cramping
But,
up now,
you
bro.
know,
That's
like,
funny.
Come on. Like, this is an organization that has killed themselves time and time again.
Yeah.
And look at how they treat KG.
Yeah.
Their best player all time.
All time.
His number is still not retired.
It's just, what the fuck?
His owner still the owner of the Timberwolves still takes shots at KG every chance he freaking gets.
Facts.
And all KG did was
he came back there and tried to mentor Cat.
Exactly.
Still after that.
And even with all the beef that he was going through, because he was going through beef with the Timberwolves, even when he returned.
That's why he left that shit.
And look at this is an organization. Do I want to play for this?
Whatever.
Do I want to play for this organization? I don't.
Hell no.
I don't, and I shouldn't have to.
What? It's like show me the car facts, show me the team facts. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing here? What's the trajectory? What's the projection? I don't care if we're not there, but let's talk strategy. Let's talk plans. Niggas ain't talking strategy nor plans. So
they got nothing. Like literally, bro. Like, what free agents coming to them? Nobody. If they don't land in the top 3 in the draft, they don't have a draft pick.
Right. You don't have leverage. If you don't have
you don't have anything.
Crazy.
How are you gonna get better? You're not getting any better.
Yeah, we got the GM hats on today.
You know what I'm saying? How you getting any better? Like, honestly, I don't know who any of their backup players are. And I was just watching them yesterday.
Don't look on Google either. Right. Let's see who
I
can
think
get it.
the only guy that comes up to mind is some kid they got named Vanderbilt, and that's because he was getting carved by Julius Randle.
Let me see. I want to see. I dead ass don't know, bro. Like, I watch hoops and shit.
And they got some other dude. His name is Noel because the commentators were saying, "Oh, he has the same last name as Noel. It's just spelled different."
I want to see the roster, bro, because this is funny. Hold on.
Ain't a roster worth looking at. Like,
hell no.
It's a bad team.
Bro, nobody will know. Oh, Josh Okogie, Ed Davis.
Oh, okay. Okogie's a decent
and
player.
Jake Layman, he got bounced.
Layman.
He ain't fired, like, man.
Jake Layman. Jake Layman. Yo, Lewis, you not low. That was your man's for a little bit. That was your man. Yo, he used to love Jake. He loved Jake Layman for like 2 weeks. He loved Jake Layman for like 2 weeks. That boy's a bum. Oh, and they got Juancho Hernan Gomez because he's Billy Hernan Gomez's brother, and Billy used to play for the Knicks, and that's how I know.
So that's the third brother.
Nah, there's only 2 of them, I think.
Word? There wasn't another one.
It's Billy and Juancho.
Yeah, I'm tripping. My fault.
Yeah, it's only like, bro. That's not an NBA roster.
25.
Bro, that's not an NBA roster.
I'm trying to really look. Nah, it's over.
That's not an NBA roster. That is a G League roster.
You know Jordan McLaughlin was on that shit?
I don't even know who that is. That's the bald dude?
Yeah, I'm going to show you. They don't got his picture.
He's cold, bro. He's cold. All those dudes are cold, bro.
Word.
They whack. I need out.
I need
out. Bro, I'm not going to die here, bro.
This is your king.
I'm 25, bro. Like,
yeah.
I'm 25. I don't want to be depressed. I'm already depressed with my life.
Man, life. Yeah, you too young.
I'm already depressed with my outside life because bad shit just keeps happening to me. And you think I want to feel the same way on the court?
Right.
I need out of there, bro. I need out of there.
Man.
But we'll be back. I don't want to talk about Timberwolves.
I can't, man. I can't.
You know what I'm saying? So we'll be right back. We're gonna change the topic too. We'll be right back.
Next team we want to talk about the Knicks, bro. Shout out to my homie D Rose, man.
Oh yeah, yo.
He's back, man.
Yeah, the hood got their king back. The hood got their king back. Like, yeah, I like, you know,
how
Rose.
you feel about that shit, though,
like
bro?
when the rumor first started, like a month ago or something like that, like I was skeptical for a little bit because obviously we had him a couple years ago. And I didn't like him at all. Like, to me, he was you know how many Knicks fans are like, bro, he averaged 18 points a game. I'm like, oh, bro, do you know how pointless that 18 points per game was?
They gotta stop with that shit.
Like, yeah, like, bro, it was so pointless. He didn't want to pass the ball to Kristaps Porzingis. He didn't play defense at all. He didn't try. But he was just there. Right. He was literally just there. The team was not good at all. You know what I'm saying? So
not even close to good, bro.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's why sometimes I hate talking to like some Knicks fans because it's like, oh, bro, y'all really lack substance. Like, y'all really see a kid average 18 and you think he's the best thing since sliced bread. He's whack. Right. The Knicks legit have not had a decent point guard since Jason Kidd.
And he was old.
And he was 40. And before Jason Kidd, they hadn't had a decent point guard since Jeremy Lin for 2 weeks. Before Jeremy Lin, Raymond Felton, the first time around.
That shit was bad.
The first time around, he was good because he averaged 18 and 9 next to Stoudemire.
Yeah, I respected it.
Then when he got traded and then came back, he wasn't all that.
He was chunky, even more chunky.
He was fat. He was fat. And then before Raymond Felton, who do you have in mind? Chris Duhon, Stephon Marbury.
Here we go. What's the name? Tony Douglas.
Oh
Lord.
Come on, bro. The Knicks, y'all seen so many bad point guards, and y'all seen so many bad point guards. You thought Derrick Rose was a good point guard the first time around.
That's why I think it was so hype off that.
And then because they were hype off the name, they thought they were dead getting the MVP.
Nah, that.
You know what I'm saying? But now, when the trade actually happens, I was happy. Yeah. The reason why I was happy because Derrick Rose went to Minnesota.
Thanks.
He went to Minnesota and he rejuvenated his career and understood that I still serve a purpose in the NBA. Like I could still do me in the NBA. I'm not that as well. When he had that 50-point game in Minnesota, it all came full circle for him.
Facts.
He
ran it too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, and then he went to Detroit, and in Detroit he did not complain at all. He sat there and did what he was supposed to do. So you can tell that he matured a lot and found the love for basketball again. So when we got Derrick Rose, I was very happy because I'm like, this is a guy that wants to be here, that wants to help out what we got going on right now. This is not about himself. This is about the team. Yeah. And this is what the young group needs to have. And he's improved the play. I mean, the last couple games were really rough. Yeah, but he quickly loves them there. Toppin loves playing with him. You know what I'm saying? So he's helping the Knicks. And that's all I could ask for Derrick Rose. You know what I'm saying? Provide that veteran leadership. He is one of the oldest guys there. Man, mind you, he's like 31.
I ain't gonna lie. I mean, if you do have kids, I get it. But I think being a vet in this day and age in the league is probably wild cool. Yeah. You're not that old, you know what I mean? So you still can relate to
it's imagine Derrick Rose not really being that old.
Derrick Rose is what, 33?
He's like 31, 32. And you got kids looking up to you, like Obi Toppin Obi Toppin and quickly, fiending, they fiending for your knowledge, for what they want to know what you've seen.
You was a fucking MVP.
You was an MVP at 21, 22. He's the youngest MVP in league history. And you're probably not gonna find a person who could actually do that.
You know who else I would learn from in this day and age? I would look for, if I was Devin Booker, I would look for Devin Booker and Jason Tatum.
I mean, he has Chris Paul.
Nah, I would look for Brandon Roy. Just to gain some insight from B. Roy.
Because the scorer in them.
Right.
The scorer
on anybody. Anyone.
Okay, so the scorer in them, yeah. I can see that.
So he could sharpen that shit
I can see
in his own way.
Okay, yeah, because Chris Paul doesn't play like him. So that makes sense. Okay, I can see what you're saying in terms of a game, a game standpoint.
Tutelage type shit.
Man. But I think Rose is gonna serve his purpose here for the Knicks, and I think if he plays well, I think that he might actually have a role here till his career ends. I won't sign him to nothing ridiculous.
No.
But I think if he's with it to be here,
I'm getting you on the cheap, boy.
And you want to play for the cheap here, I'll bring him back. Listen, that you can't really put a price on, rejuvenating players and being that mentor. Look at Udonis Haslem. Udonis Haslem hasn't been effective for 7 years,
bro.
But he's still
chilling.
When you hear Miami Heat players talk about him, they love him.
That nigga's battle.
They'll do anything for him.
He battle tested.
And they listen to him, and that's true. He's battle tested.
I can't.
He spent his first half of his career actually being pretty good.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But now, as he's gotten older, he's taking the chill pill and he doesn't play. But it's yo, bro, listen, I've been through my fair share. I've been through 4 rings.
Facts.
I've seen my fair share.
Facts,
man. You know what I'm saying? I seen Dwayne Wade walk. I've seen Dwayne Wade walk through this door. I seen LeBron James and Chris Bosh walk through this door. Like I could tell you about the battles against Boston, all that. Like I've seen shit.
Real shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like and that's words that you grow to appreciate. And Derrick Rose has been through his fair share. I mean, don't get me wrong, he ain't no champion, but I'm the youngest MVP to ever play this game.
That's
like
something.
You know, I done had battles against LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris
Nigga,
Bosh.
I done cooked LeBron James. Wade, Chris Bosh.
I probably done cooked your favorite point guard before.
Threw it on Dragic.
I'm probably your favorite point guard.
What was a couple episodes back? I said Derrick Rose was your favorite point guard's favorite point guard, bro.
Yeah,
chill.
You know what I mean? So like Derrick Rose, that's a lot of tutelage, a lot of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy as can be about Derrick Rose. I have no complaints. I hope that he could pick it up with the shooting because the bench has kind of played subpar in the last couple games. But I love what he's brought to the table and his attitude. The young guys on the Knicks need that. So yeah, you know what I'm saying. But you know, let's get into like some bigger stuff than Derrick Rose. So Lakers got to manage without Anthony Davis.
First real test for them.
Yeah, I feel like this is their first real test since they acquired Anthony Davis.
Yeah. That shit was too smooth.
You think LeBron can handle it?
To be honest, no.
Why not?
Reason why is because how you get your buckets. AD gets a lot of chippy buckets. Even though he's certain plays, you know,
the hard fought
are set for him. Cool. But you guys are gonna like LeBron even said it in an interview recently. You can't there's no way we're gonna replace this dude. And he said you have to do it by next man up mentality.
Mm-hmm.
So that shows me that he knows, nigga, nah, I'm too old to do all this shit now.
I'm 36.
You know what I'm saying? He's still great as fuck, legend, of course. But you gotta know where you at. Real shit.
I can see the Lakers falling off in the standings a little bit.
I could see it as well, but I feel like they'll be going into the playoffs knowing a lot more about themselves.
Because he's not out for the season.
Right. It's gonna be even scarier because now Vogel could play with a couple more lineups.
And now he gets to see guys like Kuzma and stuff like that can actually just play basketball.
Get your confidence up a little bit.
Get your confidence up.
Your shooters, whatever you want to call it.
THT. I never know his name.
Talent something Horton. It's something like that.
But he's a decent guy. But I think they might drop off in the standings for a little bit. But the Lakers are not really worried about seeding. I don't think LeBron James led teams are worried about seeding.
That's another thing with LeBron. Like in that interview, if you guys ever check it out, he was talking about the next man up mentality, saying that like, nah, man, I can't cover this, but we have to do this as a team. I truthfully believe that the Lakers are definitely there. Like we were saying, they're gonna dip, but don't be fooled. LeBron is Master Splinter, bro. I'm Master Splinter. So I've seen, and he talked about it. He said, I've been here with multiple times. He's been here, bro. Think about it. Kyrie went down, the fractured knee. Kevin Love when they pulled his arm.
He's used to it.
He's been through this. So
Wade not being at 100%.
Right, for a couple years.
You know, carrying those first Cleveland squads. Yeah, he's been used to having to carry the load.
Does anybody that can? I'm not saying he's gonna put the load on, but know how to manage this. Come on, it's him.
He knows that if a couple players step up a little bit, they'll be in good shape.
That's it.
Because they're not playing for the first seed. They were just good enough to be in the first seed.
Right.
Like they're not playing for first seed.
Utah, you can have that.
LeBron don't care for that. You know, but I think they could, you know, do their thing. But as one team has questions to answer, as one team has questions to answer, this team is answering the questions that people had.
Right.
And the Nets have been on fire, bro. I mean, like I said, like, bro, honestly, bro, I said it when James Harden got traded. This team is going to the finals. They're going to go to the finals. They're too talented.
You know what this is teaching me, though? It's teaching me that Kyrie is not... I'm not saying he's not great. You bugging. You smoking crack if you don't think Kyrie's great. What I'm saying is that he's not as effective now that James Harden is here. You know what I'm saying? James Harden is here. Kyrie's but not development, his production is gonna go down.
He's just gonna maintain his scoring.
Right. So I get it.
He told James Harden that he was gonna be the point guard. He told that's what he said in the post game. I just looked at James Harden and told him, "You're the point guard now.
Right.
I'm gonna just worry about scoring."
You never wanted to do that shit. When you was with Braun, that's when you had your best time, bro. Like you was chilling, cooking niggas. Bacon.
Listen, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Since the Nets have pulled this trade off for James Harden's been their best player.
Facts.
James Harden's been their best player.
Oh, and without KD, I forgot. I don't know if B said that, but they're doing all this without KD, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, before the show started. Yeah. They're doing. KD's been out. They haven't skipped a beat. And why? Because James Harden is that fucking good. That's why. I'm telling you, bro. That's why I never understand James Harden slander.
You see that Philly game? Oh, they played Philly?
No.
Bro, this nigga was wild.
Bro,
he had like 5 floaters.
When they came back against Phoenix from 20 down.
Facts.
That was all James Harden.
Nah, James.
And he hit the dagger. And it's like that's what I'm telling you, bro. I never understand James Harden slander.
Oh, you know what else? I forgot. I wanted to ask you this.
Yeah.
Quick question.
Yeah.
This isn't net related, but I was on Undisputed. They was talking about Dame Lillard being the most clutch player of this generation. I fuck with Dame Lillard, you rapper, you awesome.
It sounds like you about to disagree.
I disagree.
So who's the most clutch player in this generation?
I can't give it a Dame for this simple reason. You only do it when the shit don't matter. I get it. The only true one I respect OD was when you hit that shit on Chris Paul George's face. From Logo, that's what got you the name Logo Lillard, which is cool. But if you want that shit for real, I know you don't care about that. That's just media talking that shit. But you gotta do it in the playoffs. You gotta do it.
That was a playoff game.
Nah, I know that. That's what I'm saying. The only time I respect that shit.
And he packed up the Houston Rockets,
which is respectable.
Playoff series,
which is respectable.
That was to give them their first playoff series win in 14 years.
To the conference finals. But
no, they didn't go to the conference finals. They went to the second round.
That's my point.
But they went to the second round. But that was their first playoff series win in 14 years.
You gotta do this shit. You gotta bring your team. If you want to be considered clutchest player of the generation, you gotta do it every single time when the shit count. So like all these
but nobody does it every single time when it happens.
That's a fact. All these regular season shits, it's cool. I appreciate it. I respect it. But if you want to be considered clutch,
I can see what you say. I understand what you're saying.
It's like
I just think that is Dame the clutchest player of this generation? I think he has as good an argument as anyone. I think. To me, if I'm not choosing KD in the clutch, I'm choosing Dame in the clutch. But
choosing Steph, bro.
Why would you choose?
God, let's go to him. What up? He could pull from
now to add on to what you're saying, I need to see it in playoff games. Steph them took off some fourth quarters.
Facts.
There's a reason he doesn't have a Finals MVP.
Because I'm big niggas. Stop playing.
There's a reason why Durant has 2 MVPs. Because when y'all need me the most, I'm right here. When Dame is needed, he's always there. And I think that, and granted, he doesn't have the playoff success that a Steph Curry would have, that a Durant would have, that other players that would have, but. Am I really gonna sit there and pinpoint and say that he's not as clutch as people think he is because they're regular season bad? I mean, he done packed up. Man. He packed up OKC.
Yeah, he got Houston.
He packed up OKC. He packed he packed up Houston. He's done what he can. You know what I'm saying? And right now there's no McCollum, there's no Nurkic. He has to do this shit.
Yeah, you gotta tweet.
He hit a game winner a week in a row. A whole week's worth of games in a row.
Respect it.
I think that he has a case. And the other guy that has probably can say I have a bigger case than you is Kevin Durant. Before we go back into the Brooklyn stuff. And outside of those two, you have to start looking at the guys that you would never think, like Joe Johnson.
Yeah.
Like Joe Johnson, Paul Pierce.
Nah, he was clutch as fuck.
Paul Pierce is clutch as hell.
But
and in playoff games.
What are we considering game winners? Are we considering game winners at the buzzer, man, or it's like a minute to 30 seconds left?
If we're talking about what clutch time actually means, which is when the game is within 5 with 5 minutes left in the game.
And I take back everything.
There's nobody clutcher than Damian Lillard.
I take back everything.
Nobody. If we're talking about what clutch time really means,
that nigga got that shit, bro.
He's the clutchest player in the NBA.
On the pocket, bro.
And there's no discussion about it. But if we're talking about...
I'm talking about that last shot.
Then,
that's what I thought we were talking about.
His competition
I'll take that shit back,
his competition level is like Durant.
I take that shit all the way back. I was just talking about the last shot. That nigga clutch as fuck, bro. Closer, shit. He's a closer.
If we talking about last shot compared to closing, because that's two different things. Damian Lillard is the best closer in the sport.
That's a fact.
He closes games. Like that is the scariest dude I've seen in the fourth quarter. Scariest guy. But I think the only other dude that can run in for his money closing is KD. I think KD.
I would have said Kyrie a couple years ago.
No, Kyrie can close.
But past 3 years, I don't know what he can do right now. I don't know. It's been a couple years that we really seen Kyrie really getting his bag. So I don't know.
It depends. Like I feel like Kyrie, can Kyrie close a game the way Lillard closes one? Because Lillard closes games, and bro, Gary Trent Jr. is his second best player right now. Carmelo Anthony's his third. It's different when I'm closing games and I have LeBron, or I have JT and JB, or if I have Durant and James Harden. It's different to close games like that. I could go off on the Clippers because I have James Harden and Durant with me. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts.
But can I go off when the defense is like, nah, we're getting you
only.
We're just focusing on you, because those teams that Lillard clutches against, they're just worried about Lillard.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? They just worry about Lillard.
OKC.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they try to play exactly. Like, mind you, they threw Paul George at him in that final possession. That's their best defender. And he said, you know what? I'ma just whoop.
I'd be sick. You step back with me at half court.
That's a bad.
Just know we squaring up.
That's a bad shot. That's a bad shot.
You could hit the shit. We squaring up.
But anyway, to go back to the Nets, they like I said, they're too talented. Overall as a group, too talented. They have two closers. And they have the best shooting guard in the world who is playing they have the best shooting guard in the world who's playing like the best point guard in the world.
This nigga's bugging, bro.
Like, if you that's why I'll never understand James Harden slander. He's literally the best point guard and two guard in the world.
He's bugging right now. Nah, you can't talk shit. He's bugging.
Bro, he's a better point guard. He's a better point guard than you probably ever seen.
I knew he had it in him from OKC. Like when he would come in at 6 man, he would run point the whole time.
Like James Harden, he does not get his flowers.
Right.
This guy does not get his flowers, bro. I've never seen that before. He's legit the best two guard and the best one in the league.
And these niggas still want to talk this.
And y'all talking crap. Like, he literally could roll out of bed and say, I'm gonna drop 15 assists tonight. And no, it's not the bullshit assist either. I'm gonna watch you come around a screen. I'm gonna pass you the ball. You're gonna shoot a three. No, this guy is still doing what he used to do in Houston. Way back behind the back passes to his big, or I'm in transition between the leg dom. He's still doing the same thing. Still doing it.
Real shit.
Still facilitating. Still orchestrating. So they're too talented. They're too talented, bro. And they could deadass win one this year. Do I think so? No. Because they still have to fix up the roster. But they're going to the finals. There's no team beating them.
Philly? How you feel about Philly this year?
If they want to take out Brooklyn, and B got average 50.
That's it.
And B got average 50.
Got no perimeter. I mean, not perimeter, excuse me.
And B got an average 50. Simmons got to make Durant's life hard, which he's not going to.
Fuck out of here.
And even then, you're still gonna probably lose because who's guarding Kyrie and who guarding James Harden?
Danny Green, nigga. Give me them ankles.
Danny Green. And then mind you, you gonna throw Matisse Thybulle at
he go to war.
James Harden. He go to war. But when you imagine what playing basketball in hell looks like, it's playing James Harden 1-on-1.
Facts. With your hands behind your back.
It's playing James Harden 1-on-1. He gets ball first and it's calls.
Niggas be looking like crabs, bro.
Exactly. Shit. I think Brooklyn gonna do damage, bro. That big three lethal.
Nah, when he threw the boom step.
Oh yeah.
I be like, yo.
And you know it's coming.
Right.
And you know that's what he's gonna do. 1-2, step back. That's what he's gonna do. And the funny thing is that if you think he's going to step back, then he puts the ball between his legs and goes basketball.
Facts.
Like bro, it's like basketball.
Nah, he got this league
down
to the science, bro.
Yeah, bro, you know what's crazy? With all the James Harden talk that I'm a part of, you would think I'm the biggest James Harden fan. I'm not.
I'm not either.
He's not my favorite two guard in the league. I love his game though. I love the way he plays basketball. Everybody, he's my favorite two guard. Gotcha. Him and RJ Barrett.
Gotcha.
But everybody used to complain about James Harden's game. I love his game.
Facts.
Bro, he has the ball and he's dribbling for 24 seconds and you still can't do nothing about it. He's still gonna give you 2 points. He's still gonna get the best shot possible. Like
that shit is very that goes unnoticed, bro.
I hate seeing him dribble. I hate seeing him draw those fouls. It's like, bro, if your favorite player can play like James Harden, they would.
Right.
Think about it. If your favorite player can play like James Harden, he would.
Is his style of play boring? You bugging.
No, because it's always boring until he's shooting a three and Draymond Green is running into him and Klay Thompson's right behind him like this and he's just draining it. Or he's making a move on Patrick Beverly and Patrick Beverly is almost dying on the floor and Paul George is running out of full speed and he gets an and one.
Right.
It's always boring until he does that. And then we say to ourselves, oh, James Harden is crazy. This is him regularly.
We're going to get back to y'all in a second, y'all. That's debatable. You know how we rock. All right, family. I wanted to share something that is near and dear to my heart. How do you get buckets? But for real, we were talking before the pod started. We were just talking about we were talking about Giannis and specifically about is he really what we thought he was? It's not even that. It's you got the crown on your head now. You know what I mean? So that's important to acknowledge because you got the crown on your head. Niggas is expecting greatness from you, and we started to talk about others that are kind of falling into this category that have fell into the category that Giannis does not want to be in. And one of those players I'm talking about was Paul George. This year he's on a mission to try to get out of that position that that doghouse position because I honestly don't see Paul George ever being a number one. Kawhi Leonard said who would he love to play with? He'd love to play alongside PG. I mean it works, but I don't see him being the top dog over Kawhi, even when Kawhi's not even playing that good. That's crazy to say, but I just don't believe him. Another player, Bradley Beal. That's cool. He's bugging in Washington, putting up 50, 60. Cool. But give him his own team. I genuinely don't think he's going to do anything more than what he's doing. Right.
It is his own team.
Right. So.
Ain't nobody telling him nothing over there.
It's bro, for real. And it's all about learning that shit. And for Giannis, if you really want to be what you say you want to be, I know you were talking in a press conference earlier this week, talking about it's not panic mode. Everybody relax.
Because he lost 5 straight, right?
Yeah, and that's as the leader. All right, cool. But now, you got to do some things a little bit different, bro. Or niggas gonna start thinking of you as he's good, but I don't think he can really run his own squad. You don't want that. Look what Paul George's going through, bro. He got to put up fucking 60 at night for niggas to not think like pandemic Paul and shit. Like
pandemic P.
It's, bro. How you feel about this shit, B?
I think, like how I was saying, like before we started, Paul George, he doesn't really, he's not a guy that makes people around him better. He's a stress reliever.
Right.
He's a guy that just like if something's going weird, Paul George can drop a few baskets,
cool.
Get those certain rebounds, make those certain passes, get a key stop or two or a key deflection, create a key turnover that relieves the stress from a basketball team. Obviously, like we were discussing, his claim to fame is that series against Miami. That's his claim to fame.
Banged it on Birdman.
When he banged it on Birdman, he hit that 3-point shot to send it to OT. That was Paul George's coming out party. That was, I'm Paul George. I'm one of the best players in the league.
Shout out to Lou too.
And and he's maintained that. I just think he's never gotten to the level where I'm a 1A.
Right.
Like I'm a 1A. I always strike them as, to me, he's always been the best complimentary star you could have, in my opinion, because he is the best sidekick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, now people probably say, oh, what about Anthony Davis? But Davis is so freaking elite.
Hold on, B.
Like, you know
There's
what I'm saying?
There's a fucking difference. There's a big difference. LeBron is setting AD up to be number one. There's a difference. When you know you are the king, it's okay. It's gonna come. Learn.
Like, think about, like, who in the league are true sidekicks. I don't think Anthony Davis is a sidekick.
Fuck no.
He's not a sidekick.
And if anything,
KP,
it's gonna be so soon. You're gonna start to see AD. It's happening right in front of you. You don't even peep.
Like I said, I don't think AD's a sidekick because to me he's their most valuable player.
Right.
So, you got Kristaps Porzingis in Dallas. You got Draymond Green in Golden State. You got Ben Simmons in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
You got Jaylen Brown in Boston.
Would you say DeAndre Ayton yet, or is the verdict still out?
Not yet. Verdict's still out. And not even that. The sidekick is Chris Paul.
Triple J.
He's not playing.
Right. I forgot about that.
He's supposed to be, but he's not playing. Yeah. Paul George is better than all those guys I named.
Yeah. Nah, I don't say he's better than Drew. That's just my personal opinion.
And Drew Holiday?
I'm sorry.
Nah, he's better than Drew Holiday.
He is, but I'm sorry. That's me being
Drew is very underrated. A very good basketball player. Paul George is better than him.
Yeah.
Paul George, his worst year in stardom is better than Drew Holiday's best year in the league.
You see that nigga 1-on-1, bro? Stop playing. Indictment. Pull up.
You know, and yeah. Drew Holiday's claim to fame is like all NBA defense, and Paul George has been on all NBA defense.
Yeah, respect.
So it's like Paul George is better than all the sidekicks in the league. Like to me, his ceiling as a basketball player is I'm a 1B. I'm not a 1A. I'm a 1B.
Would you consider Dame 1B, 1A? Because that's a
Dame is a 1A.
Okay.
Dame's a 1A.
Just asking.
People are not gonna feel that way because the playoff success, but I just don't see how do you look at the Western Conference, and the Western Conference is giving you LeBron and Anthony Davis, 2 top 5 players, at worst 2 top 7 players.
Right.
Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, that's 2 top 15 players.
Right.
Luka Doncic, top 10 player.
Right.
And KP is a top 35 player.
You going to war.
You have Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, 2 top 25 players in this league, right? Durant and James Harden and Kyrie Irving, the Nets have 3 top 15.
Crazy.
The Nets have 3 top 15 players in the league. And it's hard for me. I don't understand how people can ever say, "Oh, Damian Lillard can't be the best player on a winning team." Yeah, but look at the opponents. Look at the opponent. The second best player on the Portland Trailblazers is C.J. McCollum. This year he's played. Before he got hurt, he was top 20.
Yeah.
Before that, where did you ever rank C.J. McCollum? Top 30 maybe. He's definitely top 40.
I was gonna say 40.
He's definitely top 40. Top 30? Pushing it?
Mm.
I could see him as top 30.
In this day and age, alright.
Even like look at a team like the Utah Jazz. Although they probably have 2 top 30 players.
Yeah.
Like Gobert's a multiple-time defensive player of the year.
Really, yeah, and Spider.
And Spider is just good. He's as good a young player as anybody in the league. Even look at Boston, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Those are 2 top 30 players. 2 top 35 players.
They go to war.
You know what I'm saying?
Would you consider? Nah, I'm bugging. I was gonna say Julius Randle and RJ.
No. Julius Randle this year top 30. RJ Barrett would. I find it hard pressed to believe. I think he's top 90.
Yo.
I think RJ Barrett's top 90, top 80.
I'm gonna need you to, for me.
But he's 20 years old. I'm not gonna
Perfect
condemn him. He's 20 years old.
Perfect time.
You know, he's 20 years old. I'm not. You know, it's too early. And I mean, listen, like a team like the Knicks, they run a horrible offense. Like there's still places they need to go before they can ever say like, yo, we're legit a good team.
Facts.
Like the Knicks are not a bad team, but they're not a good team. Not yet. But yeah, like Damian Lillard's a top 10 player in the world.
Hell yeah.
And what's his supporting cast?
But you know what's funny, bro? I mean, anybody that really knows me knows that my hoop shit. Like, I've always vouched for Dame. Always vouched for him, even when I'm not gonna say I felt bad, cause I respected it and it showed me something, man. He ain't click up. Nigga ain't click up. Niggas came to him.
He doesn't want to.
And I fuck with that, man.
You know, and at the same time, like, I look at guys like Kawhi Leonard, like, when they go to free agency, and I'm like, damn, y'all really be invested that much, like, in wanting, like, the perfect situation that y'all won't join a guy like Damian Lillard? Like,
who just want to go to war?
He just want to go to war.
That's it, bro.
Like,
That's
the guy just want to go to war. Like, he don't care about none of that extra stuff.
What's good? All right, bet. Let's do it.
Like, Dame doesn't strike me as a type of dude, like, that you would walk into camp on day one and say, nah, bro, like, just understand that this is my shit. Like,
niggas told me Dame in box, too. Yo, Dame, what's up? You wanna, I mean,
no, like, it's like, that's why I applaud Damian Lillard. Like, you just doing what you got to do year in and year out. Look at that. You know how crazy it is that Stephen Curry gets all this MVP praise this year, and rightfully so. He deserves it. But
Dame is doing twice as bad as this nigga, bro.
Look who's the fifth seed in the Western Conference. The Portland Trailblazers.
They can't get no love.
And he gets his attention here and there, but it's time to give him the same way how like people would say Steph is like top 5 in MVP. Nah, like Lillard need to be ahead of him.
He's the Drew Holiday of like superstars, bro.
Jokic, I like that. Jokic, he's like NBA.com's like MVP ladder's favorite person. Like, he's always number 1. Damian Lillard has a better record than him. And Jokic is not missing his second and third best player.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, it's just Lillard. He's done more than enough. And at this point, if you don't give him his flowers, bro, it is what it is.
Right. That's
fine. It is what it is. The real ones know. Right. Like the real ones know his bop.
Real shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. Like I like in the group chat that I'm in with like my coworkers. Yeah. There's coworkers that think he's not a superstar. And I'm like, all right, bro, like, I don't know what Damian Lillard got to do for you to think. I don't know.
That's what happens when you go to small market teams and you a real right dude. I'm saying,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what else Damian Lillard got to do in his career to show that I'm a top 10 player in the league. I'm a superstar. Like, Lillard's a 1A.
Nah, yeah.
Like,
I'm going to go on a limb. whichever one of the people you in the group chat said that, I'm sure they are smoking some form of crack, bro.
I don't know.
What?
I think my boy be high.
What?
I think my boy be high.
It's one thing to say, all right, he's not. You can say, all right, he's not clutch. All right, cool, I get that. But to say he's not a superstar,
he doesn't think he's a superstar.
You bugging.
He doesn't think he doesn't think he's a superstar.
Bug. What else I gotta do, bro? Like seriously.
It's funny. It's funny too. But it's funny too because he's a Nuggets fan, and if you ask him if Jokic is a superstar, he's gonna say yeah.
I'm about to leave, bro. And
then the thing is, like in the chat, because a lot of us disagreed with him. I think all of us disagreed with him, and we was like, but he took out Jokic. Right, like he took him out, and then he said, "Oh, like you always say like, oh, he didn't take him out, CJ did." But I'm like, CJ took him out because you didn't want Damian Lillard to take him out.
Right.
So at worst, let's just go with the flow. Like, Jokic is a superstar, but he got packed up by a sidekick.
Right. Okay. Right.
He lost to a sidekick.
Right.
It's just weird. I don't get this shit, bro. It's just weird. So at that point, like, I'm like, listen, if y'all don't want to give Dame his flowers, cool.
Why my man's can't get his flowers, bro?
It'd be the same guys that say that Kyrie's a superstar. And it's like, if Kyrie is a superstar, then Damian Lillard is a superstar.
Right. This like by nature.
Yeah, like I just don't get it with guys. You know what I'm saying? But in terms like I think that Damian Lillard's a 1A. Paul George, he was a 1A for a moment. He had the one conference final. In my personal belief, I think for you to be a true 1A, because there's a couple guys who they could be that, or they play like it.
Facts. But
if you never led your team to at least a conference final, you're not really that.
Dubsky.
You know what I'm saying? You can say that you can say that you're a 1, but
I give it to
we need we want to see some more. Yeah. That's where Giannis comes in. He's never played in a conference final.
He's supposedly a superstar.
And he's supposedly the most dominant player in the league.
You gotta go through your growing
pains.
And
that's where he has to answer. Because ever since he said like this, the outlook on him changed.
You gotta chill. You want smoke? Cool.
If you want smoke, the NBA is gonna bring it to you. Thanks. And that's why he has questions to answer now. But Paul George, he's always struck me as a 1B. 1B.
So you heard it first from Debatable, man. Like, fuck with you, PG, but you just gotta understand.
He's a good ass player.
You're right.
He's a Swiss Army knife. Can shoot the ball, can drive the ball, can pass the ball, can rebound, can defend at a high level.
I can bring it up if you need me to.
He's a modern day Scottie Pippen to me. Modern day. I think he's a better scorer, but he's a modern day Scottie Pippen. And Scottie Pippen wasn't. He was a sidekick to Jordan because Jordan was Jordan, but he's exactly what Paul George was. He was a stress reliever, a security blanket. Like, I'm gonna worry about the stuff that Jordan doesn't need to worry about. So I'm gonna facilitate the ball. I'm gonna 9 times out of 10 take the hardest assignment on defense. But then again, like, it helped because Jordan could do the same thing.
Facts.
And Rodman could do the same thing.
Lit.
And we was lit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We were all lit. And it's similar with Paul George and Kawhi because Kawhi can guard anybody just like Paul George can. So it's like, I think he's a stress reliever. He's a security blanket, safety valve. And I don't think he could ever be the best player on a championship team. But
me neither.
I don't think he's a sidekick per se type of thing.
All right, man. Listen. We gotta wrap this John up.
We gonna wrap up. We gonna be back at it. This time around we're not gonna wait the 2 weeks. Because of me, obviously me having to handle my personal stuff. We delayed a week, so we're gonna give you 2 episodes in a week's worth of time. Yee! So expect another episode fairly soon, and then after that, next episode we'll be back on regularly scheduled programming. Contento. But yeah, this was episode 5. We hope you enjoy it. Please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. You know, share it to a friend. We love all you guys that sit and watch every episode.
Bottom of my heart.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys. And we hope to continue giving out content that you guys can enjoy, that you guys want to share, and that you guys want to, you know, comment and be a part of, you know, and stuff like that. So with that being said, that's episode 5.
Episode is wrapped.
We'll see you in a week or so.
Got one last thing for y'all, man. I want to read this quote. I gotta grab it real quick. My fault, y'all. I gotta grab it from back here. I've had this quote, I don't know, maybe like a month now, and I've been reading it to myself every day. And I still don't have like a definition or like a summary for it. But for anybody out there, if you want to put it in the comments, like what you feel this could mean for you or just in general, please do so. Debatable is weak, chill, calm cats, you feel me? For real. No man is an island entire of itself. By John Donne. I was drinking tea on my way to work, right? And I found it, and I don't know if anybody wants to reach out to me personally, hit me up on Mr. Pivotal on IG. We could talk about that, but like I've been stuck on this quote. I don't know what it means, but it's something major. I'm gonna read it again for you guys. No man is an island entire of itself.
And that kind of fucked me up.
Word. I'm still fucked up.
Yo, if you think you know what it means, or you know what it means to you, or what you think it means in general, yo, throw that in the comments.
Throw it in the comments. You can make a video, just a quick little.
Yo, word. You say yeah. Like, yo, I really want you guys to interact. Like,
talk to us.
You know, and talk to us. Like, whether if it's in our like direct messages on social media or in the comments in the video.
Hell yeah.
Like, talk to us. Like, got no problem doing that. Like, you know, I encourage like anybody like to just hit us up, throw topics our way. You know what I'm saying? Throw topics our way. There's a couple of people that I know that watch the show really like, you know, very consistently, and then they've sent, you know, things that they want us to talk about, and don't think we forgot. You know, we just trying to line it up the right way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, that's episode 5, and we're gonna see you in a week. Take care, guys. Enjoy the rest of your week. And see y'all soon.
Stay blessed.
Stay blessed, baby. See y'all soon.